Hello and welcome. This is the great, we are presenting this special session from the great view of Grand Canyon. This is very fantastic. This session is very special session presented by Nanovation. Nanovation is a Japanese #1 marketing conference company which organizing the multiple marketing conference and events. The company also running #1 marketing online magazine called Agenda Note. And as you can see as in a picture, Nanovation is connecting the dots of the business and the people and also informations and activating the marketing businesses not only in Japan but also in East Asia as well. And please take a look at some of the video that they're providing. And these are the videos taken from the last year and with the previous conference called the Marketing Agenda. And this is from the last year, but this year they are also having the same level of the huge events and almost close enough to 400 people gathering physically on the on-site events and discussing some of the marketing issues and the agendas. And this is the special session. And today I am very thrilled and honored to welcoming Mr. Wasa of Coca-Cola Japan and Korea. He's the Chief Marketing Officer, and he's obviously the previous key member of the previous Nanovations event. He's providing a lot of speeches and keynotes, and this is he's the one of the Japanese top tier marketer, and we would like to ask him his own thoughts and POVs, point of views, especially with the discussion session theme is this. So discussing what has been changed and what's not during and post and pre COVID situations. And Wasa-san, thank you and welcome.
Thank you. First of all, for the people who are watching this event, hello from Tokyo, Shibuya. And as he introduced me, I'm Takashi Wasa, the CMO of Japan and Coca-Cola and Korea. And the questions goes what has changed and what has not been changed pre and post, particularly in marketing communications. To me, what has not changed and what has been ongoing is more dependency on this digital communication. I'm carrying my iPhone now, and people are using this iPhone, say 3 hours, 4 years doing email communications and watching YouTube, SNS and gaming. And consumer habits of having fun, getting information has changed. Therefore, our communication to consumer is changing. Unlike consumer-centric and more mass media, our communication should be more personal and more experiential and more in touch. In particularly, people having gaming and into the YouTube, they do not want to be disrupted. They want to focus on, so advertising is NG. So even we send some message, the message should be fun and short bite and some experiential thing. And here I'd like to invite one of the good example that Coca-Cola Japan has done. When we hosted the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, we had a very interesting trial. And this is a hybrid of TV and digital communications tool. I will explain this concept in quickly, and I'm going to share the video afterwards. But in short, we did the virtual kanpai with our Coca-Cola celebrity Haruka Ayase-san. And in the TBC, there is a QR code appeared asking please use the QR code to do a virtual kanpai. So let's take a look at about 2-3 minutes the video which explain this quite interesting marketing communication. So have a look.
！Wow, that's a great video, very exciting and very remote and digital and experimental, as you said. I think this is very, very exciting.
Yeah,
very new.
Yeah, as a marketer, what we got to do is to create a fun communications. Then within the fun and watchable the communications, we insert our branding or company message. So that's, I think, a key.
I see. Wow, that's exciting. Let's go to the next topic. I think the video that we already look is reflecting this consumer's life's changes and also not changes. But from the slightly different angles, because of the COVID, I think the consumers' lives has been dramatically, some of the people's dramatically changed. What would you think the things the most changed?
I think the people watching this event probably say yes to me that what has changed the most. I think our time spent in our home significantly increased versus, pre-COVID. Because, some country got lockdown and we cannot get out, right? And even now, there is I think a hybrid of remote working and live commuting and face-to-face meeting is up and running. So I think going forward, what's important to me is this hybrid, concept of the hybrid. Because some companies start saying, come back, right? And everything should be face-to-face. And some companies says, no, it's okay, remote work is 100% okay. But to me, I think face-to-face interaction is so important at some occasion, right? And like having people having a 10 people meeting with a very complex agenda, conflicting agenda, having it face-to-face, look at their eyes and reading a facial expression, it's really easy to have a consensus and a good debate. It's very difficult to do that in virtual Teams chat environment. Of course, there is a merit of doing that, right? We don't need to pack into the traffic jam like this, right? So I think hybrid is the key for at home and also the face-to-face meeting somewhere, office or cafe.
So but hybrid is probably the one big key words. I think the consumers also looking for the hybrid experience as well for their also the entertainment and the fun. Is that what you think?
I think so. I think during the COVID, I saw the Travis Scott, the virtual live at the Fortnite World. And that was only 9 minutes live, which is quite shorter than the typical 90 minutes live. But it was so exciting, and so it's a hybrid of the Travis Scott himself and his avatars, and the audience can in the Fortnite site, and that experience was fantastic. Actually, I learned that about 12 million consumer connected live on the spot. And the previous Guinness record of gathering by live event was Rod Stewart, 3 million at the Copacabana. Some challenging me, no, that was Rolling Stones. No, the Rolling Stones 2 million at the Copacabana. At any rate, 12 million people connected.
That's huge.
And the beauty of this live event is, of course, cumulatively, more than 12 million consumer can log in and check it, right? And the other news I knew was that their merchandising of this the Travis Scott live, one day they earned about $20 million US. And compared to the less than $1 million sales of Travis Scott merchants at the live event.
At the live event. So it's 20 times
20
more.
times more.
Wow.
So I think I talk about the beauty of virtual side of the entertainment or events. But recently, I finally could get into the Seoul, Korea. I started running a Korea business from January the last year. So last 18 months, I could not travel to Seoul, but I could get the visa. I went to the Seoul in June, month of June. And there was a event called Water Bomb, the music and dance festival, which our brand Sprite hosted, main sponsor. And people really enjoy the face-to-face and just a water bomb, so they are really shooting with the water. And it was an amazing face-to-face live event.
How many people attended?
Around 60,000 people.
Wow, that's huge.
For the three consecutive days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
In Seoul?
In Seoul. And I think last week, we just finished the Fuji Rock Festival in Naibarai. I knew that it's around 70,000 people, 70,000 people for, again, 3 days. So I think the people started enjoying both, of course, live, the events, feel the power from the artists, passions, and more importantly, you can see the energy from the audience, nearby, right? Live, basically, you do it by yourself,
Right.
But the virtual has other beauty, which I explained. I use this, example from the Travis Scott.
So I think that by listening to it, this is very interesting and fun. From the 100% digital Travis Scott case, and also 100% analog water bomb case, and also the Fuji Rock case.
Right.
I think it's by listening that as a entertainment perspectives, it's more wider and variety choice.
Right.
For the consumers. Is that what I think it's a brighter thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Good thing.
Do you think it's gonna be slightly changes with the Coca-Cola's marketing activities by thinking of those two complete different actions?
I think so, because our marketing is targeting the occasions and the people gathering. So if people are gathering at the live event, and we need to think about what their behavior, what they are looking for, then we tailor our communication in that environment. If they are into the virtual mode, and what the occasion, where is the occasion, what they are doing, what they are having, what they are eating. So what kind of communication should entertain them and not to disrupt them, rather than, like it, right? So I think we should tailor our communications, really understanding where they are, what they are doing, virtual or live.
So virtual or live, so not disrupting and with the context, high context. I think that's the one of the key message we get. That's very interesting. Thank you very much. I think I think we already mentioned some of the topic about the events as well. What would you think the events crucially need for the future or post-COVID? I think some of the keyword we already heard, which is not interacting, not disrupting, and also on the high context. Would you think the events, thinking about the events, obviously there's a lot of events, consumer events or business events, but let's talk about some of the business perspectives events. What would you think the most important thing?
Particularly, we are now into the hybrid working mode. That even at the Coca-Cola, some people came to office and some people prefer the working from home. And we are encouraging to do a hybrid. What I mean by that is, as I said earlier, 100% remote online will not work. So at least one time, two times per month, I encourage them to have a face-to-face team meeting so that they interact and welcoming newcomer, right? And the newcomer, of course, we have a newcomer, every month. And if you don't have a face-to-face, we cannot have a mingling, right? So I think we should really have a face-to-face interaction. Then we need to over-communicate, having a town hall meeting. Again, this will become a hybrid. I have a monthly town hall meeting. I have 110 Japanese marketing folks, around 30 in the Korea. So I'm having a 140 monthly town hall, about 90 minutes with different subjects with online. Okay, but I'm also planning toward this year end having a face-to-face gathering of all 130, 140 people, probably in Japan. So I think when it comes to what's important for the events in a business context, I think over-communicate because the people are a bit away. So use both online and live event to communicate the business priority, and also need to create an environment that they can really have a mingling and create bonds and the collaboration spirits. Even with this is a difficult time.
Right. Well, agree. Pretty much agree. So the agreement and also the consensus, building up the consensus wise, I think the most people feel the very same hurdles and the difficulties during the COVID over the remote is very difficult. Those town hall meeting, sometimes online, sometimes physically face to face. I think that's one of the tactics that you are thinking to overcome with the difficultiness of, in spite of the difficultiness of gathering the acknowledgements and also agreement within the teams.
Right.
Interesting. I think Wasa-san, Mr. Wasa is Japanese, not only oversees the Japan market, but also the Korean market. So Japan Korea's chief marketing officer. So he's very keen for that types of remote, possibility of the remote in the brighter side, and also the harder side, challenge side as well. I think this is a very interesting topic. Thank you very much, and I think this is the very great opportunity for both of us from Tokyo to presenting this message to people who's looking this video in Korea. Thank you very much once again, Wasa-san.
Thank you. Hope we have an occasion to have a face-to-face interaction with many of you. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.